Here's your Farm and Ranch Report from the Montana Ag Network.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the noon news. Looking to our farm and ranch news today, USDA's crop progress numbers are out for Montana, and even though it was a slow start for the crops here in 2019, things are coming along just nicely. The barley crop shows that 31% of that crop has emerged ahead of last year at 6%, behind the 5-year average of 42%. Durum wheat is at 33% complete in the planting stage, while 14% of the durum wheat crop has emerged. Planting of pulse crops continues to progress with 54% of the lentil crop planted ahead of last year's progress at 50%, while dry edible peas planted were at 67%. As for spring wheat, acres planted, they're quickly increasing as 55% of the crop has been planted compared to last week's 32%. And winter wheat conditions continue to see a 74% good to excellent rating compared to 58% this time last year. On to trade news now. China on Monday announced it will raise tariff rates on $60 billion in U.S. imports, including agricultural products starting in June. Agricultural commodities that will cost more in China include citrus fruit, berries, vegetables, and nuts in the latest tariffs. Secretary of Agriculture Perdue said it was not a surprise that China is targeting U.S. agricultural products.
Anytime a nation wants to take action against the United States, they always seem to go to the farm base to try to harm the U.S. producers and harm President Trump politically. And he is sending a sincere message that he will not allow that to happen.
In a tweet early Tuesday morning, President Trump said again that the administration will use money that comes from the massive tariffs on Chinese goods to aid farmers and ranchers during the trade war. The administration said it will spend $15 billion more on top of the earlier $12 billion that came through the Market Facilitation Program. Farm groups are calling for trade, not aid, though. The American Farm Bureau says trade aid will never make up for the cost of lost export markets.
Farmers would prefer to get back to the situation where we had trade. We could move beyond the tariffs. I think everybody was very interested and hopeful. And a lot of the messaging was very confident that we would see a trade deal with China. We still may.
Now, the new tariffs may take up to 2 weeks to hit goods still in transit, leaving a bit more time to reach a trade deal. Still, U.S. farm income is depressed, bankruptcies are up, and existing tariffs continue to punish farmers in lost Chinese purchases and higher farm equipment costs from metal tariffs. Don't go away, we'll have more coming up next. As we come back today, we see that the U.S. Bureau of Land Management has named a new director to oversee its administration of public lands in Montana and the Dakotas. BLM Acting Director Brian Steed said John Melhoff will assume the Billings-based post on May 12th. He'll be responsible for management of about 13,000 square miles of public land and more than 700,000 square miles of federal mineral estate in the 3 states itself. Raised on the family homestead in North Dakota, John earned a degree in petroleum engineering from Montana Tech. For more on Melhoff, just visit the BLM online today. That's all the Farm and Ranch news we have this afternoon. We'll send it right back over to the news desk.